real quick, before we get into what we wanted to talk about, I had one last thing. It kind of relates to ecchi. It's kind of funny. There was a Moist Critical video I saw about this recently. I don't know. I know Matthew, I don't think, saw it. I sent it in the group chat. I don't know how you didn't see it.
Literally, I was like, I watch YouTube a lot, and I was like, I should watch that video that Ryan sent, and then I will just fall asleep instead.
Damn it, man. Come on, bro. Okay, but basically there was this Moist Critical video where he... and basically he talks about how... there's this BDSM kind of thing. It's like kind of like a cock ring, where it's like a it's like a condom. It's like a robotic condom that covers your cock, okay? And you wear it. You can wear it out in public, and it essentially squeezes the hell out of your cock. And it's got like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and shit, and so it connects to like the internet essentially. And so basically, like your partner, female, male, whatever it is, I'm straight, so my partner's a female. So let's say if I had this, like,
allegedly,
Paisley is female. What are you talking about? Allegedly, though, allegedly. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Apparently,
we don't have Paisley here to tell her side of the story.
Paisley's not here. Is she real? Who knows? One of my before, actually, this is a tangent, but my friend, one of my close friends, Jesse.
Shout out to Jesse.
Yeah, shout out to Jesse.
He's probably not gonna listen to this.
One of my homies, one of my niggas, man. But he hadn't met Paisley for a while, and he was like, yo, is she real? Are you just making this up? Does she not exist? He straight up said this to me. He was like, yo, is she real?
That's funny as fuck.
It was the funniest thing I've ever heard. I told it to Paisley. She laughed her ass off. Allegedly again.
Allegedly.
Is she real? Who knows? Podcast, I can neither confirm nor deny that.
One day we'll have her on here, possibly. We'll see.
If she exists, we can have her on here, man.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know.
But so basically, like, your partner can connect to the internet, and wherever let's say you're at work at the office, and your partner's kinky, and they're like, you know what, squeeze the hell out of his cock right now, and just turn it on, and it just squeezes your cock. That's what it does. But there was a hacker, because again, this cock constrictor is it's connected to the internet. So someone hacked into it and squeezed the hell out of these dudes' cocks and was like, give me Bitcoin, demanded Bitcoin. And if they didn't do it, he was just going to keep squeezing the hell out of their cocks.
What if you can't afford a Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean,
does your cock fall off? Like,
what? I don't know. And I mean, what's the rate that like these people who are into this kinky stuff are also buying Bitcoin? Like, who knows if they're investing in Bitcoin? I don't know why. I mean, they would have to buy Bitcoin to get that off their cock. But the company eventually because they couldn't stop the hacker, so they showed like this fail safe where you can take it off. And I just thought that was crazy. Like, it's so you're essentially playing Russian roulette. Like, when you're putting it on, like, damn, is it my girl squeezing my cock, or is it this hacker who's squeezing my cock right now?
Is that gay? I don't know.
Depends.
I feel like you could see that though. Like if you're walking out in public and you got a cock ring on, like you could just see it. Like
imagine
through the pants, and you're just like, oh, that's a cock ring, bro, right there.
God.
It wasn't like a ring, bro. It covers the entire cock,
like a fucking chastity cage.
Yeah, it was like a chastity cage. It covered the entire cock. It's like a condom. It's like a robotic condom.
Like you see that.
It's like a robotic condom. Imagine it like that. It covers the entire cock, and it squeezes the hell out of your cock.
So hacker not included, that's kind of hot. But hacker included, I don't want to fuck with that, dude. Hacker
included is Russian roulette. You put that on? Who's squeezing your cock right now?
Who the fuck is squeezing my cock, dude? I wish I knew.
Babe, is this you?
Be the next Dr. Seuss book. Who the fuck is squeezing my cock?
Oh, dude. I'm at work on the clock. Who's squeezing my cock?
God damn.
I do not want it on my cock? No. I do not want it with a Glock. No.
I don't want you
I feel
squeezing
like-
my clock.
I feel like
I don't
either
want
way-
it even if you put a Glock to my head.
Oh my god. I can't even.
Please do not squeeze my cock on my block. It might come as a shock. Okay, anyways, I think in
Jesus.
real life, like if I were to get this device, either way, hacker, no hacker, I don't think I'd want that because like I
Hits with
work
the whiskey.
where I walk around all day where I work, and if I was just packing a cock ring on, it would definitely be visible. Like I don't want that shit. Like
No,
while
I
I'm
definitely
working.
get that.
And
I mean,
also don't want it, like, especially if I'm working, to someone just be squeezing my
yeah.
my
Imagine your
good
facial
guy on.
expression.
I mean,
Like, imagine if you're talking to someone and then, like, your cock just gets squeezed. You gotta, like, imagine what your facial expression would be.
I mean, I'm working from home.
doesn't
so
matter,
Like,
we
You're working from home,
you know,
dude.
whatever.
This is the era of the cock squeezer. We all have masks on. No one can see our expression.
Oh my god. This is the perfect time for
You're
a hacker to
right,
be
dude.
squeezing
It's the
cocks
first
out there.
perfect time to
Right.
vice grip
Or your
cock.
partner to be squeezing your cock, like, randomly.
Jesus.
I think that's so crazy. That's so kinky at the same time.
Yeah, that's something.
I mean, like, yo, you got a crazy sex life going on if you're buying that, bro.
If-
Good for you, man. Good for you having some crazy kinky sex, dude. You guys are in some kinky shit.
I fuck with it, but if there's some cock squeezing hacker on the loose, I'm not fucking with
No,
it.
but it's like Russian roulette,
big
though. That's what I'm
squeeze.
saying.
That could no. I'm
You-
not fucking with
that-
it.
you-
I don't no.
It's like what's that game? Mind Seeker. You don't know what this block is gonna be, but are you gonna put your cock on that block?
Jesus.
It could be a mine.
It's like no. I can see the appeal.
Or it could be a dime. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm not with, like, I can understand, like, I'm not personally into someone vice gripping my cock, but
I agree with that. Yes.
I guess I can understand it from a perspective of someone who does enjoy that, and
I mean,
that sort of being.
We
a
don't
thing.
kink
Like,
shame here.
Yeah, we don't
I
kink shame.
feel like you'd see it. I swear to God, if like I mostly wear skinny jeans, and like
At work.
I'm already like I already kind of feel like a type of way about that. But,
I
like,
mean,
there's a-
skinny jeans are already constricting your
around
cock
my
Yeah.
enough.
Yep.
I'm at like when you get a boner in skinny jeans, you can see it, and it's also like, damn, I wish I didn't have a boner in skinny jeans right now, because it pushes your cock down too.
That's the new cock squeezer. You just wear skinny jeans instead.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
hard.
but again, you'd have to get a boner for that to happen. Again, skinny jeans already constrict your cock and your nuts enough. And they're just making them skinnier too. Like, I bought some skinny jeans online. They are way too skinny. I put them on, and Paisley was like, "Yo, those look like leggings."
Free the cock, bro. Free the cock.
Free the cock, man. Free the cock. That's why they showed that fail safe. But I thought it was so funny. They couldn't like create a firewall to get out, to like keep the hacker out. So they were just like, "Here's just a fail safe. We can't do much, man. The hacker's there. Put
You
it
get
on
a
at your own
VPN
risk.
for your cock ring.
Put it on at your own risk or your own reward. You
Yep.
know."
Yep. If you're into buying Bitcoin for random hackers, like whatever. But
Don't buy the Bitcoin. Use the fail safe. You
Yeah.
know, and then put it on again, man. Just if you enjoy it, put it on. Do you, boo boo? Do you?
Get your
Uh,
cock squeezed, but avoid hackers.
Damn, you can't even do kinky shit without avoiding like hackers.
straight up.
It'd be
Avoid
great
the
if-
whacker hackers.
It would be great if we had one of those like VPN sponsors right now.
Yo, shut NordVPN.
NordVPN,
I feel like
ExpressVPN,
it'd have to be called like VPNus or something
Ah,
VPNus,
I see what you did
VPNus.
there. Damn, that's a
like
Shark
that.
Tank
Someone make it
idea.
happen.
I think we just got our Shark Tank idea,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, we're rich. We're rich.
Have you ever had your cock ring squeezed too tight from a hacker? Now we're introducing VPNus. That's funny as shit.
Dude, it was so funny. By the way, did you see this video, Grant? I know Matthew didn't. Did you see this video?
No, I haven't. but I'm gonna have to check it out now.
Yeah.
Because
I'll send you the video, bro. I'll send you the
the
video.
physics and the engineering behind this cock constrictor. Like I'm fascinated.
Yeah,
like.
Moist Critical in his video, he shows like a little screenshot of what the cock constrictor looks like. I'll send it to you in the group chat so you guys can watch it for yourselves. It's not too long.
Sweet.
But, yeah.
And speaking of squeezing private parts, we've been watching Ecchi.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Down to the meat.
Down to the meat and potatoes. an hour and almost 20 minutes later, we're getting into it.
We're just scratching the surface.
Again, me and Matthew, we're connoisseurs in this. I've been watching Ecchi for a minute now.
Yep, it's been years.
Basically, since I started high school, so maybe before high school, I don't remember. So it's been over a decade since I've been watching Ecchi.
It's not been over a decade since we started high school, though. We're not that.
It's been a decade since we started high school. We started high school 2011, bro. It's been a decade.
Shit! Oh my god, we're old as fuck.
We are old, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that just
that rocks my world.
If you guys could see his face right now, it looked like his cock just got squeezed.
Bro,
it didn't though. It did not. It did not.
It might have. You don't know.
The fuck is under this table,
I'm not
bro?
saying anything.
What's under this table,
I might have to
bro?
go make some adjustments.
Hey, we don't kink shame, bro. Did that hacker get you or?
Shit, dude, we don't know.
That's all she had to whisper to Matt to get his cock squeezed. You were in high school 10 years ago.
Yep.
Oh shit, bitch. But yeah, me and Matthew, we've been degenerates for a while. We've been men of culture for a while now. Again, Matthew unfortunately doesn't have his nuts yet, though. He'll get them one day.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. We're working on that.
900
Grant, however, he does have his nuts, but he hasn't nutted yet. He never watched Ecchi before. So we're here.
This is my first exposure to Ecchi.
Grant, did you nut?
Did you nut, my man? Did you nut?
Dude, how did you handle this when you were like in early high school? I was so sweaty and so horny when I was like 13, 14. Are you kidding? I'd be a hentai. I'd probably be a furry at this point. I'd be such a degenerate.
I'm not a furry, but I will say sometimes I'll be on Reddit, dude. Sometimes,
dude, it's a dangerous place.
It's a dangerous place, and sometimes I'll go on like other I'll go on like the One Piece Reddit, or like I was looking recently for the Food Wars Reddit. What do people talk about Food Wars with? No. And I couldn't find regular Food Wars Reddit. I found a Food Wars hentai Reddit, and
oh no!
Cause I just searched Food Wars, and the first thing that came up was a Food Wars hentai Reddit.
Damn, am I about to look up that sub? Am I about to look up that subreddit?
Shit, bro.
I am about to look up that subreddit.
I was just like, it's an art, and those titties look good. Those titties, you drew those titties very well. You drew. That's all I'll say. But have I nutted to it?
Holy shit! It's really the first Food Wars subreddit.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Food Wars. For Food Wars, the hentai is the main subreddit. There's even a One Piece hentai subreddit. I was looking for a One Piece subreddit, and I ended up finding a One Piece hentai one instead. Well, there is a One Piece subreddit,
I need
though.
To go to confession.
Very good.
I need to go to confession. Jesus Christ,
dude, that's like 30 Hail Marys for you, bro.
I wish I didn't look that up.
So
how did it look? What did you think about when you looked that up,
dude? While watching these,
you what do you say? You didn't or you did?
I did not, but because I was like, my first observation of it was these are high school kids that are being drawn as full grown ass with the most ginormous animated titties, and in case of High School of the Dead,
God,
the coochie was animated.
They didn't have to go that far.
And so out of all three of these, Food Wars, No Game No Life, and High School of the Dead, that was the last one I watched was High School of the Dead.
Okay.
And at this point, since I watched Food Wars and
feel like the Ecchi progresses then in the order that you watched it.
Definitely.
The Ecchi progresses in the order that you watched it.
So I don't know what I was expecting, but like I guess I was kind of expecting like some fucking like cute little zombie girl like doing some weird shit, or like some cute little monster girls. Like that's where I was, because of No Game No Life and Food Wars. It was the least violent fucking animes I'd ever seen, because I've only been really exposed to like shonens and things like that are really fight based. It's like, okay, this is probably going to be cutesy too. Nope, it's straight up like coochie, zombies, death and blood, and then like at some point, like episode 6, it was like, oh, now they're just showing titties. Like,
no. Oh, episode 6 is my favorite, bro.
Dude, what episode is that? Can you refresh my memory?
That's the one where they're in the apartment. That's the one where they're in that apartment.
That's where it really gets like when they're.
That was the best episode.
They get in the bath together, dude. Oh my god.
That was my favorite episode.
What the hell is going on? And I was like, okay, there's no holds bar.
Okay,
like they don't give a shit.
Wait. So which one? Let's take. So we had 3 ecchis for you to watch, my friend, to introduce you to. We had Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. We had No Game No Life, and we had High School of the Dead. Which one would you like to talk? Like which order should we go in? Which one should we talk about first? Dissect.
It's up to you.
So I have the most to say about Food Wars probably, and then I have the second most as No Game No Life, and then I just have more like I didn't get much from the plot of.
There's really not much plot to speak of.
High School of the Dead. I do think there are interesting. Like I think it was really interesting in High School of the Dead, like the government aspects of like what would happen, like how there'd be like major lockdowns, like how we're seeing with COVID right now, but like if there was some crazy pandemic that was starting to wipe everyone out, and there was like especially like a zombie apocalypse in that hypothetical world, I think like how in the end of it, where they're like launching nuclear missiles at each other and it's kind of fucking everyone up, I could really see that happening. Like if the entire world went to shit because of a virus, like if COVID evolved and somehow we became zombies, like.
So
I could really see the U.S. nuking a bunch of people and the U.S. getting.
That's
like
I
can
will
100% see it.
I will say, like High School of the Dead, when I was rewatching it, I've watched it 4 or 5 times.
Same.
There's a beach episode OVA. I highly recommend you guys watch it. Phenomenal.
I've seen it before. I don't want to see it again.
My man, I love you. But yeah, High School of the Dead. I watched it years ago.
I watched that. That was one of the first anime
and I was like, I need a fucking season 2. They're like, what? And then Ryder, unfortunately, rest in peace, homie, passed away.
He fucking died?
He died.
Yeah, he died. And then, but no, again, he had a lot of work done, and the studio was going to, I think, produce a second season, but all their work got destroyed because of the tsunami that hit. Do you remember?
So sad. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember what year it was, but there was a big tsunami that hit, and it destroyed all their work. So they just lost it all.
2015.
It was. I think it was when we were in 8th grade or so. I want to say
that's a while ago then. So that's maybe like 2010, bro.
Yeah,
2009 maybe.
A little earlier than that, actually.
I don't remember the exact year. Very sad, but yeah, because of that, I guess they didn't have their work like backed up onto a hard drive or anything. So it was all just lost. It was all just lost. It was all destroyed.
It's so sad, man.
It's so sad. So we're never going to get any more High School of the Dead. So that season is all that we have.
I mean, the manga's always there, but I don't want to go that out of my way to look at it.
Yeah, I will say that I've cherished that anime. I will say that was when I was first getting into like anime and I was watching on Netflix. I think I watched like Angel Beats, Soul Eater, and all that stuff, and then
Angel Beats.
Eventually, I got to High School of the Dead because it was on Netflix, and I was like,
"Why is this on Netflix?
This is dope. I was a pubescent teenager. They were throwing mad titties, bad bitches at me, and I was like,
the bitches were extra bad, dude.
The bitches are extra bad in High School of the Dead. Maybe that nurse is the reason why I want to become a doctor. Who knows?
Possibly.
Dude, maybe I'm in med school because that nurse inspired me. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know.
The course of your life, dude. That's what kind of anime it is.
I just loved how the main character, whenever he wanted to snap someone into reality, like especially with the sword girl, when he was like, "No, I accept you," he straight up just vice scripter titty.
Yeah.
And was like,
Dude, that was the
accept
bit
you.
for me.
That was a little weird. That was a little weird.
On the most recent rewatch for me, that was the biggest what the fuck moment. Like, why did he do that? He didn't have to do that.
I don't know why he did that, but I will be honest. The main character in High School of the Dead, Tagashi, I think, or
No,
Takashi.
it's Komuro Takashi.
Takashi. I will say I do like him as a character.
That is surprising to me. I couldn't fucking stand him on my most recent rewatch.
Really?
I couldn't stand
changed
half
really
of the main
quickly.
cast. Komuro, Rei, and Takagi were just fucking awful.
I
dude.
will
hated
agree
them.
about Rei and Takagi.
Komuro
I
is
like
such a little bitch.
Psycho.
Really?
Psycho is awesome. I love Psycho and I love
Psycho
Hirano.
is amazing.
I like the fat boy.
Hirano,
fat boy.
yeah, Hirano is probably my
The
favorite
fat
character.
boy.
No, we have the fat boy who's good with guns.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was
yes.
awesome. I loved him.
What?
But Komuro is such a little bitch. He's so fucking
Why
bent out
is he
of
a bitch though? Why
He's
is he
so
a bitch?
fucking bent out of shape about his relationship with Rei, and she just eggs him on because he's a replacement for Hasashi.
Oh,
and
Hasashi dies in the first. I will say when Hasashi dies in the first episode, if you watch the ending, after the ending song, she's being a bitch to Takashi because
Dude,
obviously Hasashi
She
was.
sucks. She is the worst. Like she's just as bad as the pink haired girl.
Oh,
in my
yeah.
opinion.
fucking hate Takagi,
They
dude.
Oh,
They both suck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really disliked both of them.
I will agree.
Dude, Takagi's whole character is her being a massive bitch, and she's supposed to be the smart one, but she doesn't ever really say anything that nobody else would have figured out.
She
with a little
doesn't say
more time.
anything
She's a
intellectual.
genius.
She says she's a
People
genius.
Stupid for not knowing like fun facts. Basically, it's like, well, why the fuck do you know fun
I
facts?
hate
That
her.
doesn't make you a genius.
She's
The
goddamn.
one useful
Did-
thing she did was like.
Did you
deduce
know
that, like,
the sun
nuclear
is
missiles, like,
2,400,000 miles away? Bitch, why the fuck do I need to know that? You're not smart
Yeah, for
because of
real.
that. You'd be smart
only
if you had some
thing that she
common
did
sense that
was
could get me
useful.
away from this zombie.
Like, the one useful thing she does is figure out that the zombies only respond to sound. And
Dude, that was the second episode. That means
Yeah.
she did nothing in the series.
they would have figured that out anyway.
The second to last in the last episode, or whenever the missiles collide, she deduces that like the nuclear missiles collided from the huge emission of light, which caused an electron cloud, which
The EMPs, right?
the EMPs, yeah, basically it was like an electromagnetic
Pulse.
disruption in the atmosphere that fried like most electronic circuits that weren't like plated in extra copper, and I mean that's like it's a little unrealistic from like an electrical engineering standpoint. That wouldn't fuck literally everything up because I mean lead is another one that could block it out, and I mean a lot of things are lined with copper. But anyways,
Yeah.
the
Fuck
like, she
Takagi.
did
Fuck
discover
Takagi.
that, but other than that, no, she sucked.
She was fucking useless.
I was hoping she would get
character.
eaten, bro. I was hoping
She
she would
deserved
get
it,
eaten.
dude. She deserved it.
I wish we would have seen the pervert teacher get eaten. I wanted to watch him get his
Oh,
face
yeah.
eaten away.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, literally, the second that I saw his face, I'm like, this guy's going to be a smug dick, and I'm going to want him to die.
He definitely
He never
died.
No, he was alive.
No, he died, remember? Because he couldn't, after the EMP hit, he couldn't slam the brakes on the bus when they were driving away from Takagi Mansion.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, but then, like, after that scene, he's like, oh, wow, I'm still alive. And
Oh,
then we
wow.
don't
Oh,
see him
really?
again.
I don't
remember
actually.
that.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Huh. Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
think he was alive.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
Grant's right.
how am I
Grant's
still
right.
alive? And then he, like, is stuck there. I mean, I'm sure it's implied that he died, but, like...
Yeah, I think he.
I don't know. I
With the
want
noise
to
and stuff,
see him
zombies
get
probably
eaten.
found him.
Yeah, we never got to see him get eaten, which was unfortunate.
I will say I like. Overall, we can start with me, and then we can get to who we're introduced Grant, who can grant us his opinion
Yes.
officially later. But I like how they kind of depict what would happen, if the world was to go into a pandemic
Yeah.
like that, and
As far as the zombie aspect goes, it's pretty good in my opinion.
yeah, it is, and
Yes, I agree with that.
I like kind of how they depict democracy. I think the third episode is called Democracy, and
Democracy of the Undead or something.
Of the undead, yeah. And it's like, oh, the strong, like, who's gonna survive now? It's the strong. That's what the teacher says, and it's definitely true. If you're strong, you can fight off these zombies. You will survive, as opposed to some other people. If you have the weapons as well and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like it did a good job of depicting like a true zombie apocalypse or a pseudo zombie apocalypse, and I feel like some of what it showed in there with like looting and rioting, because I think if you in the second or third episode towards the end or the beginning of the third episode, end of the second episode, beginning of the third episode, they have his news report where it talks about loot, like they talked about world, like it gives a worldwide perspective of what's going on in regards to the zombie apocalypse. And they talk about how there's a bunch of looting and stuff going on in countries and stuff like that, rioting and stuff, And that's exactly what happened with COVID. Looting happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't get paper to wipe my shit, bro. I could not get paper to wipe my shit.
Right up.
I had to go to my parents' house and be like, because my parents go to Sam's Club, they buy one big bag, it lasts them forever, and that's why they go to Sam's Club to get their toilet paper. And I was like, I need to borrow some toilet paper from you.
I stole some from my work.
You?
I respect the hustle.
Dude, I respect it. We had to do that shit.
Straight up.
And I think that's crazy. And I feel like, oh man, I think like some aspects to like in a pandemic, they did get like correct. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. One of the big parts I think that was really good was that even in a pandemic like that, in some parts they established that while there's this bigger enemy that's zombies, the true enemy is like humans themselves.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean? Why?
For example, when Kamuro and Ray split off from the main group, and I think
that guy
3,
like starts.
There was the guy at the gas station, and Kamuro had to kill him. That's one of the big things. The first time they really show, I think that, and as well as like smaller parts where like they were showing those two girls run down the hallway of the high school.
Oh, and that girl's like, yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah,
we're
best friends. One
immediately as that girl gets caught,
she says, "Get off me, bitch!" Like
she straight up said that, "Get off me, bitch."
Yeah, it's so.
Even if you watch the dub, they say that. That's why I love.
I actually did watch the dub.
High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead has one of the best dubs.
Definitely.
They don't, because they made it for a mature audience, and I love that because they say shit like fuck, bitch, shit, and they leave in the mature aspects, and I love that because in the first episode in the first few sentences he's like, what the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I love that. I love that they like cursed and shit because they made like it's made for an adult audience, and I love that.
Yeah.
One of the best dubs, I'll say that. One of the best dubs. Dub is really good.
Yeah, I agree. I do think it was kind of cool that they like showed that. I didn't take much from like there wasn't many hidden meetings like I think there are in the other two that we had planned for this episode. But I do think it is interesting that like it kind of showed like whenever there's a zombie apocalypse movie or show that I watch, at least for me, I always feel like what would I do in their shoes? Like from like The Walking Dead to like Left 4 Dead and shit like that, and just different movies. And especially this, it made me think about it more. It was like, what would I do if I were in the situation? And like, I don't know about you guys, but I assume that everyone that like I love is probably dead, and whoever I'm around is my new team for life.
Damn.
That is like, that's what I would accept. Like, I mean, I call my family and look for them and shit like that, but, or like, I don't even know if I'd look for them, like if it would jeopardize like my life or like the group's life. But I think like a zombie apocalypse is just like such a good way of portraying like just very basic human survival. It's like, if I do this, I'm dead. It's like one wrong move and you fuck up, you're dead. And I think that's like such a very interesting thing to look at, like sociologically and psychologically, like what that would do to people. And I think they did it really well in High School of the Dead.
They do it really well. High School of the Dead it's a good anime, I feel.
It's good.
It's good.
There's parts that are hard to watch, in my opinion.
There definitely are, but there's some. It's a good anime, and I feel like, in regards to the apocalyptic, plot, they display it very well. Because what you're talking about, in regards to family and stuff, the main character Takashi, he talks about how his dad is off on a business trip, and his mom is actually a school teacher in one of the episodes. And there's this clip where Ray's like, "Yo, do you want to call your parents, see what they're doing?" And he's like, "They get on my nerves. I don't really want to." But then there's this inner monologue that he gets where he's like, he's terrified because his mom is at a school. She's a school teacher. She's dealing with the exact same situation that he is. And he doesn't know if she's even okay or not. And I don't know, that brought such like it kind of brought like a real world aspect into it, because that's definitely what I would be thinking in my like, as you were saying, like you would think more like how to survive for yourself at that point, because you'd assume like everyone else is kind of gone at that point. In my mind, I'd be like, in my mind, I have like kind of like a different perspective where the first thing I would think is, okay, I need to go get my family. I need to get Paisley. I need to get my mom and dad and my brother, and I need to protect them. That's what I would think. Mm-hmm. But again, I love that. But again, you're not able to. You don't know, and that uncertainty and stuff. It's so good to the storytelling, because it brings in that realism. Because uncertainty is just such a real aspect of life. You can't control everything, and in a zombie apocalypse, you can control nothing. So I don't know. I really like that storytelling aspect of it, where it brought in kind of that realism.
I'm glad that they didn't forget about that part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it was just a small clip in there, but it was so impactful. I felt like
definitely.
I do remember thinking that I agree with you, Arsene. I definitely think that way. Like, the only difference, I'm sure most of your family, lives in the area that you currently live in. My family is, pretty spread out. My mom lives where I live, which is Florida. I don't care about mentioning that. And so does my dad. But, everyone else in my family is pretty much across the country. And I live, a good bit away from both of them. And it to me, I just weigh it in my head, to get to them, I'd probably die, because I'd have to go through, two pretty populated cities in order to get to them. And if that's the case, then they're probably dead in that really heavily populated city. So I might as well, make sure I don't die for their sake, don't become a monster or whatever. And try to, live on and make sure, my family's name doesn't die or something like that, But if I were close to all of them, location-wise, I'd definitely just go to them. Yeah.
So your situation is pretty similar to the situation we see Komuro in, where he's like, okay, my dad's on a business trip, and we know his mom's a school teacher, and he wants to go get home or whatever. But yeah, like you said, your family's pretty far away. There's only so much you can do. At that point, it's you got to worry about yourself first. And I like that they kind of do that type of thing as well in High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that was it's really well done in a zombie apocalypse type of archetype kind of series.
As far as the ecchi goes, I found it a little jarring.
Before we get into the ecchi, I like that what do you call it? Kind of contrast that
for sure.
That we would, because our parents, me and Matt's, our parents live pretty close to us. Whereas granted your parents are kind of away from you. So I think that's I don't know.
It's interesting because there's also those characters where their parents live close. I think Takagi's and Ray's as well.
Because Ray's dad was a policeman, and she ended up actually getting on the phone with him.
Yeah.
And talking.
So they kind of have both sides of that.
She was able to confirm that her dad was alive, though.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. She's the.
At least at the beginning. We don't know what happened to him after that, but
We don't know what happens to him after that. But the thing is, Takashi never knows if his mom or dad are alive.
yeah.
We don't find out either. And I think, I don't know. And I mean, maybe he's kind of like, you know, he has that mentality that kind of Grant has, where he's like, it's a zombie apocalypse. I have to think about who's here right now.
He also seems like the type of guy that wants to put his, you know, the people he can save, he wants to
Immediate,
save them.
yeah, like the immediate people around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what I do. Like, I do the same exact shit that he do. Like, I just set up whoever was around me and be like, hey, we gotta work together. Let's fucking live. Let's sort this shit out and figure a way that we can survive. And, like, get to the next safe place as quick as we can. Otherwise, we're gonna die and become one of these things.
Yeah, and that's a really important part, I think. I think it's cool that they were able to find some families like Takagi's because it, you know, like I said, it tells both sides of the story, but...
Is that the pink-haired girl?
Yeah. Yep.
Her parents were good characters.
They really were, dude. Like, her mom is
Her
like...
dad was sick. Her mom slapped her in the face.
Her mom's a
which I was like,
badass, like, shooter or whatever. She's like, I'm a better shot than your dad. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
So, how did you, since you can kind of relate to, you know, the psychology of Takashi, the main character, how did you feel about him? Because you know, Matt was saying he wasn't a big fan of him.
Fucking hated him.
I wanna hear your opinion of him. Sorry about that loud bang.
That was a little bit.
Sorry about that loud bang.
Yeah.
Matt
We're just
doesn't know how to put down a bottle of whiskey.
We're just doing what we do best.
Fucking around trying to get some whiskey right now, man.
Bro, you didn't put whiskey in your cup? I think you missed it.
Nah, I definitely did,
Oh,
bro.
okay, never mind. Never mind.
Poured it on the ground.
I missed the entire cup. Sorry. Go on, bro.
Yeah, please.
Oh, they're good. Okay.
Yeah, the
So,
main character and
I-
how you think about him.
Yeah, so I think he started. I was really like the first episode. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a mopey little shit character who like doesn't really do anything because he like can't get the girl he loves. And then at the end, when he like sorts his way to the group, like to the group that he's gonna be around with for the rest of the series, he becomes like a very big like leader. And not only that, like he kind of comes into himself, but he also like could potentially come in other women.
Hey.
The group. Like he just like the nurse. The nurse is like just
Oh yeah,
up and
dude.
shit
We'll,
like that.
we'll get into
Dude.
that, bro. We'll get into
Hirano didn't get the love.
Dude.
Kamuro got all the love. Hirano didn't get any of the love he deserved. I'm just saying.
I'll be honest.
Dude.
Takashi deserves the love. I like him as a main character.
Takashi did not
I
deserve
will
the
say, cause like with all the anime that I've been watching, the new age anime, you know, cause I watched this a while ago and I loved protagonists from back in the day. Nowadays, at least like the more recent new age protagonists that I've been seeing, they're all little cuck
Soy
simps.
boys.
They're all little soy boy
dude.
simps.
Fucking
Subaru. Subaru. I hate Subaru so much. From ReZero, I hate that character so much. He's the worst protagonist I've ever seen. I hate him so much.
Man.
He's on my top. He's number one on my top 10 most hated anime characters. The shittiest anime characters.
Wow.
He's that bad.
I don't agree with that opinion, but he's pretty bad.
He's terrible, and I love, and that's why I love High School of the Dead. It gives you a protagonist who isn't just a little bitch, you know?
No, I disagree, dude. He's such a little wishy-washy bitch.
No, give me an example of when he is.
Like,
I think he starts off as one.
I don't think he ever really changes, cause like,
Give me an example. I need some.
okay, all right.
Cite your sources, bro.
Yeah, okay. So Kamuro, in the beginning, he's like all about Rei, and he's kind of always all about Rei. But then the second that he separates from the group with Psycho, he's like, oh man, Psycho, your tits, they're great, whatever.
What? No. He's not all about Rei.
Dude, he is all about Rei.
No.
But in a bitch way.
If he was about Rei, he wouldn't have gotten that teacher on the bus. Because keep in mind, Rei was saying, leave him here to die. Leave that motherfucker, that teacher in the third episode. He's like, Rei said, leave him here to die.
Well,
and Kamuro goes, what the hell are you talking about? We can't just leave
Well,
humans, innocent people here to die.
Just because he's all about Ray doesn't mean he's not willing to like hold up to his own ideals. But like, I'm just in terms of love, he's pretty much all about Ray. But
I don't think he's all about Ray, because even so, when that first episode, after he has to kill the Hasashi, after the ending song, there's Ray's over the dead body, and she goes, "You were just jealous of him. That's why you did this. He never turned into a zombie, even though he did." And she's just being a bitch. She was being a massive.
She really was.
This is from The Boys. So excuse my language, but she was being a massive cunt. Takashi, he's just like, he doesn't know how. She's just like, "You're just jealous of him because I was dating him. And all this kind of bullshit." And he just had to kill this guy. So he's just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna leave because you don't want me here." And he's about to leave.
That was such a bitch move, dude.
No. I think that was an amazing move. He should have left her there.
Hot take. He only said that because he knew she would stop him.
No, how? I feel like Ray is the shitty character in that sense.
What do you say, Grant?
What are we talking about?
So the first episode, after the ending song, there's this scene where Ray is kneeling over Hasashi's dead body.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You're just jealous of him because we were dating. You're just you're just jealous, envious little bitch."
Yeah,
and she's being such a bitch to him, and he's just like, all he says is, "You know what? He doesn't know how to respond. I wouldn't know how to respond." And I love his answer. He's just like, "I'm just going to get out of this situation, this toxic environment that this bitch is creating. I'm just going to get out of it by leaving." And she doesn't know how to react because I don't know what she was trying to get out of by being such a massive bitch to him.
Was just being a bitch.
She was being such a massive bitch because I don't know what she was planning to get out of it. But I love what he says. "I'm just going to disengage myself by just leaving you here, bitch. Fuck you. I'm leaving." And then she breaks down. She doesn't know what to do because he says that. And she just falls into his lap because of that. And I'm just like, my man this dude just got her, or he got her wrapped around his finger in like 5 words. No, I'm gonna leave because you don't want me here, it seems. Like that was what, like 5 to 7 words, and this bitch breaks down, and she's like, no, stay here with me.
I think it's the opposite. I think she had him wrapped around her finger the whole time.
Really? Why would she stop him then, bro?
He threatens to leave. She stops him. He's all of a sudden now, he's got the girl he's been pining for this whole time. And it stays like that the rest of the time.
I will say, that was stupid. He shouldn't have just gave in so easily, because then he transferred that like power that he got, if you can call it that, like that power that he got from that statement to kind of wrap her around his finger. He kind of transferred that by staying.
He should have known how much of a bitch she was already. And even if he decided to stay, he shouldn't have been like, "Okay, I still love you." Like, I don't know. I just think that.
But keep in mind, he thought he might die. He didn't know if he was gonna live. So he's like, might as well get some pussy before I leave, bro. Like, not trying to die a virgin, bro. I mean, you think he's trying to go like out like Isaac Newton, bro? No, he's not trying to die like a virgin, bro. Yeah, we
Rest in peace, Isaac Newton.
Nah, bro. Nigga made calculus and died a virgin, which he should have. Nah. But
Isaac Newton's like one of the most important people. Like,
and he died a virgin.
Theoretical physics.
He deserved the coochie.
And he died a virgin, bro.
He deserved the coochie.
Shit. He fucking he made calculus and like many like.
Oh no! Yeah, no. I've taken.
You have to be a virgin to do that.
I haven't taken physics at the engineering level, but I have taken physics. You know, the first year general physics, and I know about all of Newton.
See things again the way that they are. You'll be like, okay, that's like we know that because Isaac Newton started this.
I didn't do engineering, bro. So I'm not as deep into physics as you are. But from what I know about Newton's laws and all that, Newton's laws of motion and all that shit.
If anyone deserves some super Newton's first law suckage blowjob, it was Sir Isaac Newton. Are you kidding me? That dude deserved the nicest.
Do you say Newton deserves a
cock-squeezing
blowjob?
head ever.
Would you blow Isaac Newton? Is that what you're saying, Grant? Would you grant Isaac Newton with a blowjob?
I would electrically engineer some sort of cock squeezing device that would suck his cock. I wouldn't fucking.
They
No,
have that in
we-
China. They have that's a thing in China.
Or in Japan. I don't know where.
Probably a thing in Japan too.
Yeah.
But what I want to say about Takashi, so as you guys were talking, I sort of like realized that like I know, like I said before, like he kind of starts as like a mopey bitch and then he sort of develops, and I wasn't really sure how he developed. But as you guys were talking, I sort of realized like I think the thing that he develops throughout like the story, like throughout the 12 episodes, is sensibility. I think he becomes like way more sensible throughout time because he's just like he relates everything to himself. Like the first 3 episodes, he's like, "Oh, you're like comparing me to whatever that guy's name was. You're like making this about this. You're making this about that." When like after being confronted with his possible death and like his friend's possible death, he like sort of becomes more grounded and is like, no, this is what the reality is. It has nothing to do with any of that other bullshit I mentioned before. Like, these are the facts, and like if we don't do this, we're gonna die. And like you see a lot of times where he like snaps a lot of the other characters back into reality, whether that's from vice gripping a titty or slapping a face or yelling like, I don't care who you were in the past or like what you did before. This is what we have to do now because this is today, and we're gonna die if you don't change. Like, I think that's what he gained.
Yes,
I'll admit,
yes, bro.
His sensibility, you know.
That
Yes,
is super
bro.
respectful, and he definitely becomes more of a leader. But I think that the thing that holds me back from liking him is that every scene he's in with Ray, he turns into a bitch, dude.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I feel like he doesn't. Because, again, keep in mind, you know, after, when they get to that mansion, you know, and he's off on that trip with Saiko, again, he's always, I feel like his heart kind of twists, where he realizes how amazing Saiko is.
She's one of the best characters in the show.
One of the best characters, one of the best waifus in anime.
She's
period.
a top tier waifu.
She
for sure.
is top 5
old
waifus
is
in
she?
anime.
We don't need to talk about that, Grant.
We don't need to, dude. It's a drawing,
make
bro.
sure.
It's a drawing, bro. It's a drawing, bro. We don't need to get into that.
This is just anime,
bro,
you know.
why are you trying to get the FBI on our asses, bro? Come on, homie.
I'm just trying to make sure we're good.
We don't need to get into that.
I'm a fan of
She's 18. She's 21, bro.
As far as we're concerned, she's 21.
All right.
She's a super senior.
she's been held back a few times.
If I'm considering her to be 21, this show became a lot more sweaty for me.
No, you should consider everyone an adult. See, the thing with High School of the Dead, like where you're bringing up age, like when I was watching it again, I was in high school, or maybe I was like barely starting high school at that point.
Yeah, I was in high
So
school.
like at that point, I wasn't thinking about age and stuff. That's why when I rewatched it, I don't think about that kind of stuff. You know, that's kind of interesting. Where you're envisioning, like where you're seeing this stuff for the first time, you're thinking about like age and stuff. Where like that stuff, you know, in high school doesn't come across my mind. You know.
We're the same age as them, basically.
Yeah, basically. But like, even if like when like you hear like those like when I was in high school and I hear those stories about like teachers hooking up with like students, and you see it on the news, you're gonna be like, that teacher's hot as fuck.
Okay,
Why can't that be me?
let's just tone it down.
And then
for a
I would be
second
like,
here.
why is that not me?
Let's just calm down. Let's calm down here.
But basically, what I'm saying is, I always like when I was in high school, I was like, I never cared about like the age that I saw.
No,
like,
for
like,
sure.
like my anime and stuff. Like I never cared. What I'm trying to say,
the whole
I never cared about age. Now as an adult, obviously, I'm going to care more. But again, like I don't have to worry again.
It's a little different, but it's like so common in this medium. Like I think that in terms of age, high school is just a setting that they use a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like a good catalyst for everything.
There's no way you're in high school and have Saiko's body. Let's be real.
Straight up.
Let's be real. If you're in high school and have Saiko's body, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
what the
something's
fuck?
wrong there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense, though, because, I mean,
You definitely had plastic surgery in high school. You had to have plastic surgery in high school to have Saiko's body. No way you're in high school and have Saiko's body.
To have any of their bodies. Are you kidding me?
Oh, but
Except
the doctor or nurse or
the
whatever.
doctor's of age for sure.
Oh, of course she's of age.
Loved her, by the
And-
way. I can say that guilt free.
These inches, for sure.
You know what? Since we don't have to worry about her age, she is fucking
She's hot
bad.
as fuck.
Hot
Yeah.
as fuck.
That doctor is getting these inches for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, she could put a cock vice grip on me. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. She can heal me right up.
You know, she could squeeze the hell out of my cock and then heal it up. I don't give a fuck.
She wouldn't be a hacker, though. She'd be someone, like, because she's stupid. So she'd just forget to turn it off, and then your cock would just squeeze off.
Oh, but then she'd heal you,
That's
bro.
hot- that's hot
She
in
would
and of
heal
itself.
you. She's so stupid that she'd forget she destroyed your cock and then heal your cock for
Let's
you.
not be mean to her. She's not stupid. She's just ditzy.
She was
stupid. She was
fucking
stupid.
dumb,
She
bro.
was
Ditzy,
stupid.
bro.
She's stupid, bro.
No, dude, no. She had her moments.
She's stupid. I feel like she's stupid.
She does. The only intelligent thing she does is drive.
100%. Thank you for saying that.
That's
Thank you
funny
for
as
saying
fuck.
that, Grant, because that's 100% true.
Drive.
You got a point there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's
she
funny
was.
as fuck.
I do want to talk about the opening. Did you watch the opening, Grant? Like, did you watch it and listen to it?
I listened to it because if the intro was going, I was doing other shit. But I like would watch bits and pieces of it. There was a lot of titties and a lot of panties.
Yes.
And a lot of like really cool visuals.
Yes. The visuals. That's what I wanted to get into.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the visuals, bro? The visuals in the opening I thought were amazing.
They were dope. I'd give it like a solid 8.5 out of 10. Open.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's a very good open.
Hell yeah. I would
Yeah.
honestly, I'm about the same. 8.5.
Honest-
8.5 to 9, I'd say.
I agree. It's really good. The visuals, I don't think they're shit without the song because
The song is hype. The song is hype.
very. I don't
Yeah,
watch
it's a
anime
very
openings
good
a lot, to be honest, and it's kind of almost rare that I really like them. But this was a really good song, and it paired well with the visuals.
Oh yeah. At the end where you
Okay.
get Psycho against the fence.
Literally the scene I had on my mind, bro.
Dude, always got that on my mind,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
I'm like, dude, can
This
I
is
get an
off topic,
IRL
but
Psycho?
The best anime intro of all time is Baki the Grappler 1. The intro for that.
Whoa. Can
It
we get static on this podcast to talk about that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, but I fuck with Baki too. I need to get caught up on it. But
It's
I
pretty
actually
dangerous.
just got caught up on
Baki
Baki. Hype.
I'm not caught up on it, but it's all right.
the
I'm enjoying
Baki the Grappler 1. Look up that intro. It is
Okay.
the most fucking hype.
Is that the
Like,
older
it's
intro?
insane.
Is that an older intro or
Yes.
the new one?
Yeah, it is. It's the oldest intro. Like it's the first anime that Baki had.
Okay.
And
That's the one on
the
Netflix, right?
intro
No,
to
no.
that.
No?
Nah,
That's
like
the newer
newest.
anime.
Oh.
That's the newest one. But the old one, that intro for the first one, it's like Baki the Grappler 1. That intro is so fire. That is like my favorite anime intro. Like it's up there with the Hunter x Hunter intro for me. It's up there with a
Ooh.
couple One Piece intros for me. Like it's
Ooh.
so good.
I will say Hunter x Hunter for me has some of the best openings and endings. Like period. For me,
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter, every opening, every ending, Ooh, it was so emotional. It's so impactful. It's so hype. It's so good. Hunter x Hunter is amazing with its openings and endings.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter openings are good.
We talked about Hunter x Hunter for a while already.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, what do you have to say about it?
It's good, but No Game No Life opening ending are next level for me.
Ooh, the opening was pretty good.
Opening's fire.
Are we-
Into No Game No Life.
Wait, no. Let's talk about the
seamless transition.
Wait, no. Let's talk about the ecchi though. We didn't talk about the
Yeah,
ecchi
you're
in
right.
High School of
Okay,
the Dead.
I actually really wanted to talk about that too, because
Okay, so define ecchi. Is
Okay,
it like,
so
is it like
softcore
pre-hentai?
porn.
I don't know what the actual definition of
it's
ecchi
definitely
is.
softcore porn. You don't see nipple
Ecchi.
and you don't see cooch, but it's
You
there.
You saw nipple and cooch.
But it's
I
through
mean,
the
you didn't see
it's through the
pussy.
panties,
Wait.
bro. It's through the
Let
panties.
me read you the definition of ecchi. Ecchi is often used slang term in Japanese language for playful sexual action. As an adjective, it is used with the meaning of dirty, sexy, or naughty as a verb. Ecchi means to have sex or to describe someone in a luscious behavior.
So
This gets a 10 out of. This is the most etchy, sketchy fucking hentai shit I've ever seen.
Which one?
High
School of the Dead?
This is my new baseline for a 10 out of 10 in terms of etchy.
In terms of ecchi, you really liked it as an ecchi anime then?
No, well, I mean, as a series, I give it like a 6.5. Like it was solid. Like it was good.
Grant, I want you to give
in
me your
terms of
opinion on
ecchi-
this.
Yeah.
I want to give me your opinion on this, because so as far as ecchi goes, it's really good, and as far as zombie stories go, I think it's pretty good. But I also
The
felt
combination.
that the contrast between them, like we're seeing people get eaten by zombies, and then we're seeing
Panties.
and I think the contrast in some places is, I think, jarring. It's
It definitely is.
It's like, is this boner because I'm scared, or is it because I'm horny? I don't know.
So I will say, the show goes to extreme lengths to show panties and just upskirts and stuff when you're not even thinking about it. I counted the number of
Oh my
panties
God.
I saw in like the first or second episode. It was like 30 or 35 times.
That's
You
insane.
Jesus
you see a panty
Christ.
flash. You see a panty flash and you're not even thinking about it. And it's just so. I will say it's very weird. It makes you feel weird because you're like, should I be horny or should I be like scared? I just don't know. I think it's kind of like, you know what? I think this is why actually I told that hacker story, because it's kind of like that thing with the hacker.
The hacker squeezing my cock. Am I horny or am I scared?
No, that's the thing. Am I horny or am I scary? Who's squeezing my cock? Is it the partner or is it the hacker? Is it my partner or is it the hacker?
Oh my God.
Am I horny or scared? I don't know.
Holy shit.
Like if we're defining like,
I love how we enter.
as in like
Yep.
what makes
All
you
ties
like
together.
horny, like this kind of stuff, like a panty shot or like jiggly boobies or just fucking seeing like a nipple, like that doesn't really make me horny. But I was definitely like, it was sweaty.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I get that.
It's like,
I
damn.
was sweating. Like this shit, like this series, like it redefines what it means for me to be sweaty. Like I was wiping my forehead, like
Dude,
brown titties.
do they have
And
a
like
High
as it
School
went
of the
on,
Dead?
like you could see
Reddit?
like
I gotta look
more
this up.
like animation into their vagina. Like you could start to see them like pussy lips and shit like that. Like
Jesus.
as you like I swear to God, you could. Like as it got closer and closer to the coochie, and it got more and more detailed every single time. Like and throughout the episodes, it's like okay, that's like there's a line that's like probably a vagina, and then like 3 episodes down, you're like okay, yeah, that's a vagina, and then like 3 episodes later, you're like I can see the fucking labia. Like it's fucking like it gets way detailed as it goes on, which is why this is like very high on my sweaty etchy scale.
Yeah, like
And this is my new baseline for a 10 out of 10 for sure.
the other two we watched, which were Food Wars and No Game No Life, are definitely etchy. Jesus Christ. But they're not etchy in the same way that High School of the Dead is etchy. Don't.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Sorry. Oh, dude. Arsene is showing me some things off the High School of the Dead subreddit, and
no.
you don't want to. Maybe you do want. I don't know, but
Oh.
look at it at your own discretion. But
Ooh, when you're getting to those little, when you're,
I don't even
when-
remember what I was talking
when
about.
you're watching
honestly.
when you're watching episode 6 and you're getting a little sweaty, you know, definitely go on the High School of the Dead Rule 34 subreddit.
Yeah,
I was drenched at episode 6. Are you kidding me?
Episode
You said it was sweaty?
6. Oh, okay. That is the best ecchi episode, I will say. Cause,
dude.
ooh.
God.
Takashi goes upstairs, Ray's in the bath, or someone's in the bath, and then the nurse gets up on him. Her titties, she's got massive titties. First of all,
Okay, I see the nurse's titties, and I raise you when Takashi goes downstairs to the kitchen
Psycho
and
in the
sees Psycho
apron.
in the naked apron.
Oh, that was the
Dude.
best. That was the fucking best.
That took it for me.
But no, what I was saying was, dude, this episode 6, when he the nurse, first of all, okay?
Yeah.
And then he goes downstairs, and Psycho's just there cooking just naked in an apron.
Dude,
How do you not love that?
Psycho was the best girl in the show.
How are you not like, shit,
I
dude?
agree.
Shit.
How do you not smash right then and there?
How are you? And then Ray comes down in a towel, and she's
Yeah,
like,
but fuck Ray, dude. We don't care about Ray, dude.
Fuck Ray. But again, she comes down and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Because she's jealous of
Dude,
Psycho.
she's being such a bitch at that time, though. She's like, Takashi, come upstairs. And Takashi's like, okay, bitch, shut the fuck up.
No, Psycho's like, I think someone is calling you or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because he was just.
I love how smug Psycho is. She's just like so coy, and she's like, "Oh, I think someone is calling for you." Like,
Yes!
her name's Ray.
Oh yes,
Also,
bro.
fuck Ray. She has Sephiroth bangs.
Damn, she do, though.
She does.
She has Sephiroth
She do,
bangs.
though.
It was a little. It was this. In the first few episodes, I was like, her hair like with the bangs and stuff, where it like comes into like an arrow. It like I didn't like that, but then when I saw her in the apron, I was like, I love her. So I don't know.
Yeah, she's hot,
No,
but she's a
in the
bitch.
intro,
Psycho?
No,
I
Ray.
watched the intro.
Oh
for the,
no,
I
I'm
watched
talking
the
about
intro
Psycho
for
with
all of
the.
them.
Yeah. What were you saying, Grant?
Oh, I was saying I watched the like every first episode of the series. I watched the whole intro. Like unless like when Matt specified to watch like the outro for No Game No Life.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the episodes. But I watched all of the intros like the first episode just to make sure I like saw the characters and like what was going on and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And in the intro, when I saw Psycho, I was like, "Yep, that's her. That's the one."
Mm-hmm.
That
Immediately, I was like, "That's the one."
that's gonna be that's gonna be the number one waifu in the show.
Yep, and every time she was like doing badass stuff for like there was one scene where Takashi shot a bullet, and I thought it was gonna hit Psycho.
Dude, that
And it
is
went
the
in between
crowning
her
moment of the
legs.
whole
And her
show.
titties
It
do
went
like the
in between
matrix
her legs
around it.
just to show her panties.
Oh
I thought
wait,
it was
yeah,
gonna hit her,
that's what
Yeah, it
happened.
goes through her legs.
and it
Yeah.
literally was like following the bullet just to show her panties. And I was like, "Oh fuck, no, don't hit Psycho!" And then it like went in between her legs just to show her panties.
And then
I
you're
was
just
like,
sweating.
okay.
You're drenched in sweat. Like, oh my goodness,
Yep.
Psycho's
No,
panties.
I literally said out loud, like I was in my car at work because I was watching this today, like at every break that I got and like during my lunch break, and
Bro.
just to make sure I watched
Respect.
this.
Yeah.
And I was in my car and I like looked up and I was like, this show's fucking ridiculous. It just followed a bullet and I thought this girl that doesn't exist was gonna get hit, and I ended up seeing her panties instead of it hitting her. And then it
Respect.
killed
And
the
you went
zombie.
in, and you
What
went
is
into
my
work,
life
people,
right
and
now?
people were like, "Yo,
Why you sweating?
why you sweating, bro? What's that in your
Dude,
pants,
that-
bro?
it
What's
was-
that in your pants?
it
Is that a cock constrictor? What is that?"
It was bad that I was wearing skinny jeans. That's
Oh
all.
my god. Holy shit.
Yeah, the ecchi in that show is so good, but it makes episode 6 is so good, but then like overall it makes you feel so weird. Like, am I scared? Am I horny? What am I?
Yeah, the contrast for me was a little jarring for sure. I don't think I think they did it pretty well.
I will say when I
But-
when I was watching it originally in high school, I didn't care nearly as much about the ecchi.
No, in high school I was like this is the coolest zombie shit I've ever seen.
Exactly. I was just thinking about the zombie shit, and I was just like, he just put a gun on her titties and shot it. But I was looking more like, okay, he's hitting his shots and stuff. I didn't care about the titties.
Yeah. At that point, it was like, okay. This
now,
is
when I was
ridiculous,
watching it, I was like, damn, those titties though.
Yeah.
They're doing the fucking Matrix around these bullets.
Yeah.
That's literally the defining moment of the whole show, by the way.
Really?
I say
that's like when you want to see.
I say when he hits that like armadillo thing. No, what was amphibian road thing into the pool or pond, and the water gets all over Psycho, and you can see through her clothes. That's the defining moment.
That was so fucking dumb, by the way, because
was it though?
Yes, he would have gotten wet too.
He
first
didn't
of
need
all,
to go into the water.
If
he could have told her, "I'm gonna go into the water now."
I mean, he could have got wet. He should have got wet. They both would have been wet. Then it's just like, well, let's just chill here in the water. Let's take off our clothes, let them dry. That would have been the hottest moment he could have created with Psycho.
And then he does it again in the fountain too, by the way.
And she's just like, you love getting me wet. And
like,
I was just like,
dude, oh my
fucking
god,
Psycho.
I
dude.
laughed so hard.
She's out here just like playing with your emotions, bro.
That's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, she's so like coy, and like she knows like she's one of the only characters in that show that knows exactly what she's doing, even when it's super horny.
And
like she's just like, you're like, do you mean to make me so wet? And shit like that. Like, I swear, like it's like one of the only self-aware characters in that. Like,
she knows she's in an etchy.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah,
and I love that aspect of her.
So like, I think that's an interesting point that you guys brought up when you first watched it. Was like, that you were just noticing all the action. I think because I was like watching this specifically for the etchiness and like for like looking
the
at
titties.
Yeah, basically. Like I normally like I just don't care about that shit. I usually just shake it off. I'm like, okay, it's just a titty. I've seen a titty. Like I don't care.
It's
but,
commonplace in anime.
At this time, I was staring at the titties. Like I was observing and like mentally making notes of the different titties. And there was a scene where like they didn't even show the person. Like they just showed like Takashi like smashing into Psycho's titties, and it didn't show Psycho's face, but I knew when Takashi hit those titties, I was like, those are Psycho's titties. You don't even have to fucking tell me.
That's good characterization right there.
That's
I think like
A1 characterization.
If I had like watched this show on my own, would I have really like noticed the etchiness of it? But I think yes, because it's just fucking in your face 24/7.
It's hard to ignore it.
It's hard to ignore it, and I think if you were, if you're at like, as an adult when you're watching this, it's very different than when you're like a kid, or not a kid, like a teenager. But oh man, see, I also think like, because I was telling Matt a little bit about this, but like when we're watching when we're watching episodes for the podcast and stuff, I'm more analytical when I'm watching.
Yeah,
the
definitely
anime,
trying to think, okay, what do I think about this?
Yeah. Whereas when I'm watching anime just on my leisure time, I'm just watching it brainlessly.
Yeah.
I'm not really thinking much.
Yeah.
So it's
I feel like
that depends for me.
I feel like it's different for you. I feel like Grant, you always have some really like insightful, analytical shit to say.
About every anime, period.
Like I love that about you, by the way. I love that about you.
Grant's just granting us his analytical takes constantly.
I'm just really smooth braining that shit when I'm not watching for the podcast.
That I definitely agree with that. I do the same thing, bro. I do the same thing.
It's literally like, do I like it or don't I?
Yeah.
I like that. That's just a problem in my everyday life. I read way too much into shit, and sometimes it has its benefits, like when you talk about anime, and other times it doesn't. But when you're talking about anime, like I usually dive pretty deep if I enjoy it. Like with the other two that we have, No Game No Life and Food Wars. Like I think there are really interesting plot themes to discuss, and just general ideas that relate to everyday life that I think are kind of important takeaways from the series.
This one I didn't really notice a lot of takeaways.
There really isn't much.
It was a good series. It was a good series,
yeah.
It's definitely one of those that you can watch brainlessly, but I think that even without all that extra shit, you brought up a couple of good points, Grant, which is like, okay, what's the government going to do? And as well as like Kamuro being like, okay, we have to do this if we want to survive.
Yeah.
So those are pretty important takeaways, I think, but it's not takeaways relevant to us in the same way that like Food Wars is going to be, for example.
Yeah. We'll get into those other anime because I have my takes on Food Wars. Oh well, I guess you guys have already heard my takes on Food Wars.
I'm interested to hear them again.
I'd like to hear them again because now that I've seen this.
I mean, I'd love to tell you guys again though. I have my takes on No Game No Life as well.
Which one should we get into first?
I want to do. What's your? Is it Psycho for all of us? Number one waifu in this show?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell, I love you. I love you guys, man.
Grant, I'm gonna shake.
I'm gonna get.
Oh, I'm shaking. We're shaking hands.
I
right
wish
now.
I could shake your hand right now, Grant.
Oh, Grant. One day, like, dude. Once you shoot, we should. I don't know if we should announce this.
What?
Grant stream.
Grant, we're gonna leave it up to you if you want to announce your. You said you might be streaming soon. If you want to announce that, now's the time.
I was gonna say like we can,
we can cut this out if not, but if you want to announce it or whatever, but
check out my stream.
Check out Grant's stream.
Check out Grant's stream. We're gonna be on there. We're gonna be smashing, and we might even do the podcast live as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you have like a username or whatever for your Twitch yet.
Yeah,
you can shout that out if you want.
Do you have a Twitch as well?
Yeah, so it's I'll send it over. But it's my Smash tag, which is Apollo, and then Apollo 17.
Okay, dude, we will tweet it out, bro. We will tweet it out. You're part of the podcast now, Grant. You're part of the podcast.
Yeah.
You are a member. So you next week you're here, bro. You got to be here now.
Sweet.
The fans are expecting it.
The fans, dude. I'm expecting you to be here, bro.
But yeah, the content that will be on my stream will be Smash, will be the podcast. Other things will include other various games. Two that I have confirmed right now. One of them is fuck, I forgot the name.
Damn, bro.
It's the one with the Amaterasu dog.
Okami.
Okami.
I'm gonna be playing that
Okami
soon
is
too.
one of
So.
them. And then the other one is I'm gonna start practicing 16-star speedruns in Mario 64.
Oh
Nice.
shit! Okay.
That's hype.
So I'm gonna be doing that. And then the other thing is if you want to learn how to cook, I will teach different recipes. And I'm gonna be getting a GoPro, so I'm gonna attach it to my head so you can see what I'm doing and like what I'm cutting and shit like that.
Hell yeah, dude!
The first recipe, I'll give a little.
Upload it to the YouTube channel, bro.
Salmon.
We have a YouTube channel.
That's
you
a
can,
good idea.
You wanna those cooking recipes? Upload it to if you wanna make your own channel, you can. But I mean, if you wanna just use our
If you
podcast
feel like
channel,
using the official OneCast channel, you're more than welcome to.
you're a member of the OneCast. You're part of this crew. If you want to use that channel, you can. If you want to make your own for the cooking, you can as well. It's up to you, bro.
I'd be happy to. And the first recipe is a doozy. It's a very interesting dish.
Ooh, keep it a mystery though. Keep it a mystery. Don't give it away, cause, ooh,
I'll say
the intrigue is interesting.
There's no way that anyone could understand what I'm gonna make, but it's spicy pecan honey salmon.
Oh my goodness.
Damn. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to this video, bro.
Give me a heads up when you stream that, because I want to be in there. I'll gift you a sub or whatever.
Dude.
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, dude, when you stream it, and if you want to upload your streams or whatever, dude, feel free to use the podcast channel. I'll send you the user info and stuff. Feel free to use it. If you want to use another channel though, if you want to make your own, go ahead. But if not, I'll send you the podcast info, man.
We just want you to know that the podcast is open to you.
Dude, you're part of the crew, man. Like, it's open to you, yeah. You're part of the team, homie.
Oh, and then sorry, the last piece of content I'm gonna do is for like my general life purposes. my life's goal is to travel the entire world.
Very One Piece.
And yes, yeah, it's heavily motivated by One Piece and just like personal reasons. Like I'm gonna write a book about like my travels and shit like that.
I will read that
but
book.
that's like the second point. But I'm also gonna be streaming myself learning different languages.
Okay, hell yeah, bro.
Dude,
This is so much content, bro.
This
I
man's
love
gonna
it.
be
I love
watching
it.
anime raw.
No subtitles.
That's the goal, anyways, is to learn like Spanish, French, Chinese, a bunch of different, like as much as I can.
Nice,
before I
dude.
travel.
Good shit, man.
So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Grant's content. He's gonna be putting out a lot. Whatever medium it's on, go hit it with a follow. We'll definitely leave it in the description of the YouTube video.
Definitely.
Whatever it is, we're gonna plug Grant regardless.
I appreciate
Twitter,
it.
YouTube, whatever it is,
We're
we'll
in
plug
this
that
together.
shit. Yeah, we'll plug that shit. So
Absolutely.
make sure you go to those things and follow Grant in his journeys, wherever they take him. Around the world, wherever they take him.
Yes, sir.
The surprise is part of the appeal.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be on this podcast though. So definitely.
Yeah, tune in for the latest updates and his opinions on anime and stuff.
Whatever his opinions are on anime though, if you want to hear those, even if he stops watching in sub, he's a fluent Japanese speaker. Even if he stops watching in sub, he's still gonna come back to this podcast to give us his anime opinions on some anime titties.
Let's just remember that this is where it all started. Like and subscribe to the OneCast.
Yeah. And like and subscribe to the homie Grant wherever he is.
What do you say, Grant?
I said if I open a P.O. box, please send me a Psycho poster or a body pillow.
You know
Bro, yes, that would be the best thing.
It's for a friend.
It's for a friend.
Yep.
Yeah, it's for a very close friend. But like, make sure it's sent to me.
Yeah. Totally.
Dude,
But it's for a friend for sure.
Send it to all three of us. I'd love.
I could use a copy.
One of my dear friends needs one of those.
My cat is actually a huge fan. So
Yeah, my mom said she's gonna die of cancer if you don't send me that. So if you don't send me that, you're kind of a fucking asshole.
don't hold out on us.
I'm gonna die of blood loss unless I get that. Unless I get that Psycho poster or body pillow.
I'm gonna die of blue balls. So send me that shit.
I might die of blood loss if I get one.
Oh shit!